Oh, do these things even need intros anymore? Stop trying to mess with the camera. Okay, hey, welcome to a brand new Fadge. Every Sunday, you guys ask me some questions, and I try my best to answer them. This time, I asked you guys to give me some really embarrassing questions to try and answer, and, you guys, well, you tried your best. I don't know if I'm just impossible to embarrass, or if you guys just don't know what embarrassing means. Kylo Jen asks, do you like memes? Who doesn't like a good meme? I know my mom does. Kunsicle asks, do you know what the highest contributor to global warming is? That's a real embarrassing answer. It's gotta be the hot air that comes out of everybody who thinks that they can solve the world's problems by posting a picture on the internet. Wait, why is there still suffering? Didn't they see that the picture that I made? You know, the lovely thing about using this notebook that I've been writing in for like a year or two is I have no idea what I was drawing when I drew this. If you know why I drew this, please leave a comment below. Bree asks, do you like to ski in your spare time? Now, I mean, what the fuck is that supposed to mean? I'm not a fan of strapping myself to 2 pieces of wood and just flying down a mountain with nothing but hopes and dreams in my pocket to keep me safe. Oh, we got Maximilian Rutherford over here with his ski poles and his skis, gonna hit the slopes for a weekend of fun. I could just hit the slopes anytime I got a spare minute. Oh, why don't I get my skis ready? Let me wax the pole. Or do you mean ski, as in this? Because I don't. What I do is different. It's more like you're steering the rudder on a boat. Mastermind wants to know, what would you do if you couldn't grow out any hair? I would probably terrify children. Well, I think I'd like to. I'd be that guy, the bald one. The one who doesn't have any hair anywhere, but he doesn't mention or tell anybody what's up with that. Like, he's just there, hairless all the time, and you're like, oh no, is he sick? Oh, does he think that looks good? And I'll do really weird things, like always be eating like vanilla pudding, like I'll always have a 6-pack of snack packs on me. Do you think that the pudding helps with the hair? Is that why he's doing that? Oh, I want to talk to him, but he looks so sticky. Even if it's just a little warm, I sweat profusely, so having no hair, I would just be wet all the time. You would see me and you'd be like, this guy just got out of the shower. Nice, he's clean. No, the opposite. The dirty skin liquids raining down, getting in my eyes, always squinting. Maybe I'd wear sunglasses and a sun hat to prevent that. Are you a question everything kind of person, or do you just go with the flow, asked Natalie Powell. I'd like to say I'd go with the flow, if there was a flow to go with. Things are pretty stagnant. I go with the flow the same way a puddle does. I don't. Unless I somehow make my way to a drain and then I flow right into the sewer. DJ wants to know, can you beatbox? Well, DJ, appropriate name for your inappropriate question. Hell yeah, I can beatbox. Check this out. Ireland, the entire country of Ireland wants to know, what's the weirdest thing I've done during sex? Do you mean besides having it? Because let's not pretend like putting yourself inside of somebody or letting somebody go inside of you isn't the weirdest shit ever. The human body both fascinates and disgusts me. I don't know. Wearing a condom is pretty weird because you're putting something on to prevent something that your body really, really wants to happen. It's like putting on a bulletproof vest in a war zone. How about just don't go to the war zone if you're gonna get shot? Seems like a lot less dangerous thing to do. Weirdest thing, but like, cause you gotta think about a lot of weird things while you're doing it to keep yourself available in the situation. So I've thought of a lot of weird, messed up things to keep myself in the game, so to speak. How's that? Matthew Adrian Gonzuelas asks, what's a killer MySpace layout? Well, I have had a lot of really sweet MySpace layouts in my time, most of them involving pink and black checker patterns. I thought they were pretty cool. Emily Dyer Wilson wants to know, what's the creepiest thing I've done for a girl romantically? That's a great question. What isn't creepy about romance itself? How about that? You see somebody you like, you become obsessed with them, that's all you think about is wanting to show them how much you think about them all the time. And it's not always, it's not always perceived as you want it to be perceived, which sucks. Like you make something for a girl, and it ends up in the garbage later, and you see it's in there, but you don't say anything because you're hurt. I had a girlfriend who I made a scrapbook for. A lot of photos of us, a lot of photos of her, a lot of photos of me, which was weird. Just here's some photos of me in case you forget what I look like, because I'll never forget what you look like. Why do you close the blinds at night? This, I think is how it came off. Romantic movies have ruined being romantic for people who don't know how to be romantic, because I think a scrapbook of pictures would be a thing that Ryan Gosling would make for somebody. Oh, a scrapbook. Oh, well, guess who's getting anal tonight? The answer is Ryan Gosling. I think that might have to do with just him being Ryan Gosling. I think he gets it anytime he wants. Rachel Brown wants to know, how will you explain the birds and the bees to your future kids? You're assuming that I'm able to have future kids. I don't know, I never understood why it was the birds and the bees. Those two things have never gotten together to form a hybrid creature. I've never heard of them even hanging out together in the same room. If I had to explain the birds and the bees to a kid, I guess I would go something like, hey, hi, I just need a moment of your time real quick. Birds don't shut up. Ever. They'll get outside your window and they'll wake you up in the morning, and then they just have diarrhea. The weirdest, whitest diarrhea you've ever seen. And bees will sting you, and it hurts. And you know what? And if you're allergic to bees, you die. And that's something you don't get to find out until you're stung by a bee. So sometimes babies get made. We don't ask questions. If there's a hive of bees, and a bird flies into it, that's a fucking show. You're gonna want to see that. A hive of bees, or like a flock of seagulls, well, that's a completely different thing. I never got to talk with the birds and the bees, so I don't understand the analogy. How am I supposed to explain that to a kid? What keeps your sass levels in check? Asks Serena Rodriguez. Just commenting back to you guys all the time, learning new words that all the internet teens are saying. Lauren Powell Schaller asks, do you believe in life on other planets? Of course I do, because I'm not an idiot. It's pretty self-centered, if you think about it, to think that this circle is the only special circle. There's no way. And also, I kind of like to think about, aliens that would look like dicks and how they would walk around and how they would eat. So that's fun for me. Gabby Chavez wants to know, can you say sorry normally? Do I say it funny? Do I talk weird? Oh, it's 'cause I'm Canadian. I get it. Well, how is it that you pronounce it that's so great? So let's spell it out real quick. SORRY. Sorry. I didn't see an A in there. That's weird. That's weird that people would pronounce it like there's an A in there, right? S-O. So. You add an R-R-Y on there. Sorry. It's not exactly rocket science, but I understand how some people can't grasp it. That's fine. German Garcia, I think is what I wrote there, wants to know what happened to Chubby Matt G. Well, he bought a skateboard. He left the house and he got exercise, and also he didn't eat every fucking thing that he came across. Do you have your license? Asks Sierra Dianagan. I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm sorry. Well, what license are you referring to? I have a lot of licenses. I got a license to fuck shit up. I got a license to kill. I got a license to do just about anything but drive, really. I got a license to shit in a pool. You need a license to shit in the pool or else you can't swim. Do I have my license? I don't know. Does anybody have their license anymore? I don't drive. I will one day though. Eventually I'll get it. I saw a group of adults the other day on a bus, and you know, I was thinking, you know, really, can not one of you drive? You're adults. You should be taking a taxi. But I was also on that bus, and it really made me think about my life and everything that I'm doing wrong. So I think I'd like to get my license soon. Elzadai, man, I don't know how to pronounce your name, but your last name is Mary Manson. Marie Manson wants to know if I've ever gone streaking. Not that, I don't remember a time where I've ever had the sudden urge to have a lot of people see what my dick looks like. I want to say no, I've never gone streaking, but does anybody even go streaking anymore? I feel like that was such a, like a 10-year ago thing. I mean, now if you want to go streaking, all you have to do is Snapchat a nude. It's the same as going streaking, and you can do it from your home. You know, you're naked for 10 seconds for everybody to see, and then you're gone forever. Just like a streaker in the night. Tin Danaflow wants to know, what age was I when I first started getting chest hair? Oh, you mean this? Well, this, I've had that since birth. It hasn't been the easiest life to live. Oh no! When I was a baby, my grandmother once tried to drown me. Well, she didn't try and drown me. She thought I was steel wool, and she was doing the dishes, and she tried to use me to clean a pan. And it happened 3 times. The first 2 times that I almost drowned were a complete accident. And then the 3rd time was because I got results on the first 2 times. Sarah Natasha Marie M, you guys in your names, just have one name. Wants to know, why do we get nightmares? And that's a really interesting question. I like to think that we get nightmares. Your brain needs to remind you that you're not safe anywhere, not even in your sleep. That's enough questions. No, we don't flick our tongues like that. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys learned a thing or two about me and the universe and life in general. If you have a question for the next Frequently Asked Junk, leave it in the comment below, or you could do it on my Facebook and Twitter. There'll be links to that in the description. A lot of you have been commenting saying that you're not getting the podcast, and you haven't seen a new one in a long time. Go to soundcloud.com/mattg124. They're all there. There's 30 of them so far. If you've missed any, you could go catch up right now. I'll put a link to that in the description. It's also on iTunes if you just search This Again Podcast. It's there for everybody to see. I got a gaming channel where I'm trying to make a video every day, so if you want to check that out, youtube.com/mattg for mayor. And other than that, I'll try and see you guys on Friday. Look, I've been looking for you all over. Oh, why'd you stop? We weren't done here.